in his mind, he's going to live through this horrible tragedy. We'll come out the other end, and he'll get to go back and talk about COVID and paying off the teachers union and things, passing a $3.5 trillion socialist big government bill. I mean, the things he likes to do. And I think he's just trying to endure and get beyond this. And of course, the price of that endurance is thousands of people, tens of thousands of people who are being trapped in a country where you have a basically terrorist organization now running the government.
And we just heard from one of them, a guy named Haroon. He's trying to get his family out and can't do it. Newt, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
All right. Straight ahead on this Thursday, Fox Nation host Lara Logan Jones is next with her take on the crisis in Afghanistan and her new special taking a look at 21st century terrorism.
The Quiz Show game on Fox Bet Super 6. Download the app and answer the pop culture questions that have everyone talking. Enter for free for a chance to win $5,000. Download the Fox Bet Super 6 app now to get started.
So then I said to him, you ought to customize your car insurance with Liberty Mutual, so you only pay for what you need. Hot dog or chicken? Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
From prom dresses to workouts and new adventures, you hope the more you give, the less they'll miss. But even if your teen was vaccinated against meningitis in the past, they may be missing vaccination for meningitis B. Vaccines your teen might need? Make sure you ask your doctor if your teen is missing meningitis B vaccination.
So you have diabetes. Here are some easy rules. No sugar, no pizza, no foods you love. Stress, no stress. Exercise, but no days off. Easy, no? But with Freestyle Libre 14-Day, you can take the mystery out of your diabetes. Now you know.
Sir, you know what you want to order?
Yes. Freestyle Libre 14-Day. Try it for free.
Right now at VisionWorks, you can buy any pair of our glasses and get a second one free. Or a pair for yourself and a pair for someone else. Or just 2 pairs for yourself. No judging here. VisionWorks. See the difference.
Get new floors during Empire Today's gigantic 75% off sale. That's carpet, hardwood, vinyl, and laminate. 75% off. Empire makes getting beautiful new floors easy. See samples in your home. Get a free estimate and have your floors professionally installed. Update your floors with Empire and get 75% off carpet, hardwood, vinyl, and laminate. Schedule now.
800-588-2300
Today.
Hiring?
ZipRecruiter helps me find qualified candidates really fast.
4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate in the first day.
If you have a job, there's a candidate for you on ZipRecruiter.
Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/Fox.
With Realtor.com's home alerts, we found our new desert home really fast. And us cacti aren't exactly known for our speed.
Mainly because we don't have legs.
You work with what you have. Realtor.com, to each their home.
This is Edward Graham with Samaritan's Purse. The country of Haiti has just been hit with a devastating earthquake, and Samaritan's Purse has responded immediately to those that are in need. We're bringing in tons of shelter for temporary housing, drinking water systems that will provide clean drinking water for tens of thousands of people, and also a Tier 1 hospital to meet the trauma and surgical needs of those that have been crushed by this devastating earthquake. We need your prayers. We need your support. Thank you.
Oh, Sherry, we're gonna make little Braden's 4th grade picture shine like 1,000 stars. Be your strongest self, Cher.
JV World, world's strongest bond.
This is Joe. He used to have bad breath. Now he uses a capful of TheraBreath Fresh Breath Oral Rinse to keep his breath smelling great all day long. TheraBreath. It's a better mouthwash at Walmart, Target, and other fine stores.
When you can't watch, listen. Get the latest news, business, and news headlines on SiriusXM. Anytime, anywhere. Fox News Audio on SiriusXM. America is listening.
Welcome back. We are turning to Fox weather now. And this morning, Hurricane Grace making landfall on Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula. The storm bringing heavy rain, wind, and dangerous storm surge. Meanwhile, remnants of Tropical Storm Fred linger as a flood threat up the East Coast. Crews are searching for at least 30 people in North Carolina after making nearly 100 floodwater rescues. Cancel culture's latest target is country star Carrie Underwood. Twitter users attacking the singer for liking this tweet that we'll show you in a second here from the Daily Wire's Matt Walsh. In it, he is speaking out against mask mandates for children. There you have the tweet. The Twitter mob accusing Underwood of being an anti-vaxxer. They're saying she's untrustworthy and even trashy. The tweet is still listed among Underwood's liked content. Walsh fired back at the mob, writing, quote, "She should know better than to like something that they don't like. This is an unforgivable sin." Some members of Afghanistan's all-girls robotics team have successfully fled the country after their initial flight was canceled and days of chaos trying to evacuate. The team's founder confirming some have arrived in Qatar, where they'll continue their education. Yesterday, we spoke to a human rights lawyer working with the team. Listen.
The Afghan Girls Robotics team are Afghan girls between the ages of 12 and 18 who essentially are just these amazing, educated young women who are into STEM. So they are the future of Afghanistan.
Other girls on the robotics team plan to remain in the country and stick by their homeland. Brian.
All right, thanks, Jillian. President Biden pressed on the dangers facing innocent women and children in an interview that just aired. Let's watch this together for the first time.
The idea that we're able to deal with the rights of women around the world by military force is not rational. Not rational. Look what's happened to the Uyghurs in Western China. Look what's happening in other parts of the world. Look what's happening in the Congo. I mean, there are a lot of places where women are being subjugated. The way to deal with that is not with a military invasion. The way to deal with that is putting economic, diplomatic, and international pressure on them to change their behavior.
Unbelievable. Fox Nation host Lara Logan spent years covering the war on terror in Afghanistan, including a brand new special. You got to watch it on her series No Agenda, which airs Sunday, and we'll see a clip in a moment. But Laura, I want you to respond to that clip.
That is just spectacular, Brian. I mean, I could not believe what I was hearing when I watched that interview because, you know, so of course, Joe Biden has forgotten what the U.S. government and the State Department and USAID has been saying for years and years and years. And there's very specific issues here. You know, if you don't believe that the U.S. Through military action could effect change in Afghanistan, that's not the message that your government sent for, you know, well over a decade, right? That's not the message that your emissaries actually delivered village to village and city to city in Afghanistan for a very long time. That's still not the message of the U.S. State Department. Why was the U.S. Embassy in Kabul flying the pride flag, the gay pride flag, if what you can do is through diplomatic pressure? That is not a message that was well received by millions of Afghans who do not see the world that way and are not really in lockstep with woke ideology. So, you know, what is very apparent in that interview to me is that Joe Biden he's completely without any credible reason to give for this situation, which only reinforces the idea that the real reason the U.S. is in this situation is something he doesn't want to talk about or admit.
Through force, we took a country and allowed people, women, it also every single day. That happened because we had guns. What is wrong with him? Meanwhile, nobody knows, and I really would challenge this, nobody knows more about the Afghans, the Afghan culture, and the challenges, the ups and downs of our 20 years there than you. And your contacts are incredible. It's going to be on your special. Here's a clip from your special as you interview a Taliban spokesperson on why they haven't done the fundamental thing that Donald Trump required, and that's renounce al-Qaeda. Listen.
Why have you not renounced al-Qaeda?
If you have read the Doha Agreement, in that we have clearly said we will not allow anyone, whether an individual or an entity, any group, to use the SILAP of Afghanistan against the United States, its allies, in any other country.
But the specific question is, why will you not renounce al-Qaeda? You never have, not from day one, not from 9/11 till now.
We have said we condemn killing of civilians by any entity, any group, whether it is an organization, a state, or any group to kill civilians. That is our general renouncing of anyone. That is, I think, enough for all.
Such an important clip, and they still haven't, and they're working with them. Final thought, Laura?
So, a couple of very important things. Number one, the Afghans chose to bring rights to their own women. The Afghans had rights like that in the 70s, Afghan women. This is not something that the United States imposed on Afghanistan through the use of military force. What the U.S. did was went in and hold people accountable, held the Taliban accountable. They were as responsible for 9/11 as Al-Qaeda because they sheltered them, they allowed Afghanistan to be a base of operations for them, and unfortunately, Donald Trump's envoy, Zalmay Khalilzad, as the presidential envoy for both him, for Trump, and for Biden, he is the one who went and made a deal with the Taliban where he didn't need to make a deal. The Taliban know how to use social media. They know how to use propaganda. They're just flat out lying. They cannot renounce Al-Qaeda because ideologically, if they do that, it would be a sin in the Islamic extremist jihadist world, where they are celebrating this as a massive victory. First, they defeated the Russians, and now they've defeated the world's greatest superpower. So make no mistake that when you actually